overcomplicating shadow work because nobody's ever told you that the definition of what shadow work is, which I'm going to go over, is also the description on how to do it. The what is the how. Let's talk about part 2 as to why shadow work is not optional. Shadow work is not the solution. It is the awareness of a problem. As long as the sun shines, your ass is going to have a shadow. Now, obviously, the quality of the questions is going to affect the way in which we heal. So instead of saying, what makes me sad, we should ask ourselves, what emotions am I actively avoiding and why? You can always Google or research self-reflective questions to start your shadow work, but introspection alone is not going to help you revise your identity. Some of the most stubborn people to change are self-aware. Shadow work is discipline. It's showing up for yourself when it's hard and when it's easy. It's a commitment to correcting your external environment. That way it's in alignment with your internal conclusion. But shadow work is also reevaluating the resources we may not be utilizing, probably out of pride. A lot of people don't want to seem like they don't have their shit together, but you don't. So why are we pretending? It's just perpetuating the problem. Shadow work is restructuring our friend group. Just because we want this person to be there for us doesn't mean that they have the capacity. But when we start complaining that they don't care, well, that's not true. They just don't know how to show up for you. It doesn't make them a bad person. It makes them the wrong person, which means you need a new resource. Sometimes it's sitting in the present emotions of an experience that you've never had the opportunity or the control to be able to choose. Something as big and small as me leaving the church and being able to have my Sundays to myself and not having to dedicate my time to an entity that I didn't believe in, but finally somebody that I did, me.
I want to read you the original Lord's Prayer from the Bible, which is insane to read because this is the direct Aramaic translation that they didn't tell us. And it's beautiful. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our bodies and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desires. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of our present moment. For you are the ground, the truthful mission, the birth, the power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole again. And so it is. That is not the same prayer. You can find that prayer at the link in my bio. I do this every morning and it fills me up with light. That's not the same religion. Listen to those words and what feeling they're asking you to embody. It's pure power.
You agreed. You agreed to come down here. You agreed for all the smoke. You even agreed to see me at this very moment. You agreed to your soul contract because you knew you'd get through the fire. You knew you'd weather the storm. You knew that on the other side was victory. You knew you'd conquer. Check this out. In the story of Adam and Eve, we had a great exchange with a snake who lived in the tree of knowledge. That snake was a fallen angel who delivered distorted messages. He was the prince of lies and we were innocent. The snake said to us, "Do you want to be like God?" A simple question, but you can see the trick. If we had said, "No thank you, I am already God," we would still be living in paradise. But we answered, "Yes, I want to be like God." We didn't notice the lie. We bit the fruit. We swallowed the lie and we died. What makes us bite the apple without noticing the lie is the doubt. Before we have the doubt, we don't even know. The truth is there and we just live it. Once we ingest the lie, we no longer believe that we are God. And this is when we start to search for God. Next, we believe that we have to create a temple to find God. We need a place to worship God. We have to sacrifice everything to reach God. We have to create pain in ourselves and offer our pain to God. Very soon, we have a big temple with thousands of people believing that they are not God. Of course, we need to give God a name. And the result is the creation of religion. You see, when we talk to the snake in the tree of knowledge, we talk to a distorted reflection of ourselves. That snake in the tree of knowledge is who we really are so afraid of. We're afraid of our own reflection. Isn't that silly? Imagine looking at a reflection of yourself in the mirror. The reflection appears to be an exact copy of what is real, but the image in the mirror is the opposite of what is real. Your right hand is your left hand in the mirror. The truth is always distorted by the reflection. Peace.
They're doing this, they're doing that. I said, my life is not about them, it's about me. It's about how I am. It's about me. It doesn't matter how they are, that's their choice. But how I am is my choice. This is my way. No matter what they do, I'm like this. Because I have not given that freedom to anybody, that somebody can freak me, somebody can make me angry, somebody can make me happy, somebody can make me unhappy. These privileges I kept to myself. It's time you do that too. Because if somebody else can decide what can happen within you right now, isn't this the ultimate slavery? Huh? Isn't this? Someone else can decide what should happen within you. What happens around you, of course, so many people decide. What happens around us is not 100% ours. But what happens within me must be my making, isn't it?
You're all attached with a silver cord, our spirit, which is the real you, and the body the entire time you're alive. Because every night you go out of your body. Everybody does. The spirit, the real you, imagine how bored it would get sitting around waiting for the body to wake up. The body's what gets tired. The real you doesn't. And so it's sitting around waiting for you to get up. Okay, let's get on with it. As soon as the body goes to sleep, you're out of there, having all kinds of adventures. You're going to the spirit side, you're talking to your guides and your masters and getting instructions. Or you're off anywhere you want to go in the world, seeing people, looking in on them, whatever you want to do. Or you can go off to other planets, other dimensions. You do this every night, but you don't know it because, well, you're not supposed to know it for one thing, it'd be too confusing. But the only way you remember is if you have dreams of flying or dreams of strange, unfamiliar places. So we're off having all these adventures every night. And in toward morning, when it's time to get back to the body, we are connected with the silver cord the whole time. You're reeled in, so to speak. They reel you back in to where you're back in the body again. Then the body has to wake up and you're ready to continue your daily work. So whenever you actually die, you go through this energy source. At that time, the silver cord is severed immediately by the energy. When that happens, you cannot return to the body again. That's the spark of life. Once that spark of life has left the body, it begins to deteriorate immediately. You ever watch someone die, you know something's gone, it's left. At that point, the body begins to deteriorate. Then you're on the other side and you cannot come back. The only way you have ghosts, you have people coming back and giving messages, apparitions, but it's not the actual person because they can't come back into the body again. So once you get over there, you're met with great love. There is no hell. There isn't. I've done thousands and thousands of cases. There is no hell. Hell is an invention of the church, and you can see why. It was never in the Bible. It's something has been invented. There is no hell. A loving God would not do that to people. You are allowed to make all the mistakes you want. You're allowed to come back and do it again and again till you get it right. They don't punish you just because you make a mistake and throw you into an oven. It doesn't work that way. You have to realize you have made mistakes. Earth is a school. But it's a school, you come here to learn lessons, but it's a school where you can't skip a grade, but you can have to repeat a grade. you don't get it right. You have to come back and do it again until you get it right. You can't go from kindergarten to college. It's impossible. You have to learn the lessons, and the lessons are not easy.
I'll break it down under one condition. You gotta promise to stay with me. Welcome to numerology. The 666 means melanin. You got 6 neutrons, you got 6 protons, you got 6 electrons. 6 times 3 equals 18, but if you break it down to numerology, that 1 plus 8 equals 9. 6 to the third power, which is 6 times 6 times 6, that'll give you 216. 2 plus 1 plus 6 is also 9. The 144,000 that Jesus was talking about. 1 plus 4 plus 4 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 equals 9. What's the significance of number 9? It takes 9 months to have a baby. You have 9 holes in your body. Prove it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your private part in your asshole. There's 9 planets in our solar system. That's why in September, the 9th month, that's where Labor Day is in September. Because it takes a woman 9 months to go in labor. Are you still with me? Jesus died at 33 years old. There are 33 individual bones in your vertebrae. Spinal cord, that is. So 3 times 3 equals 9. Right? 3 plus 3 equals 6. We can't get away from that number 9. Because in numerology, it's 1 through 9, then it starts all the way back over. Are you still with me? That's why over here in the United States, the legal age is really 18. 1 plus 8 equals, you guessed it, 9. Are you still with me? There are 79 organs in your body, but only 7 of them are vital. 7 plus 9 equals 16. 1 plus 6 equals 7. There are power in numbers. Are you still with me? There are 52 weeks in a year. There are 52 cards in a deck. There are 4 suits in a card. Heart, spade, club, diamond. There are 4 seasons in a year. Winter, spring, summer, fall. There are 13 cards in every suit. 1 plus 3 equals 4. There are 4 seasons in a year. Are you still with me? 666 is not an evil number. It's melanin, because you are a resemble of the universe. That's why when you see people that's always talking about angel numbers and how they seeing them, they are very well connected. And it happened to me as well. I'll be more than happy to show you my experience. A couple of days ago, I went to Waffle House, got me a little something to eat, and my ticket came out to be 11:11. Jumped in the whip, looked at my phone to see what time it was, and it was 11:11 p.m. And they literally be everywhere I go. It's even in the gym, Planet Fitness, even on some of my TikTok videos in the past. If coincidence does exist, it's not that often. Men lie, women lie, religion lie, numbers don't lie. I'll even throw a bonus in there. Do you know why the police number is 911? What's 9 plus 1 plus 1? It's equal 11, right? What's 1 plus 1? That's 2. The number 2 is blessed with by the eternal mother. The mother is the matriarch. Matriarch short for matrix. I'm reaching, ain't it?
The mystical path is a somewhat unconventional path. You won't see a whole lot of beings calling themselves mystics. But if you do see somebody calling themselves a mystic, best believe they know what they are. They know exactly what they're doing. They will do what they need to do to upgrade their vessel. Because the mystical world is full of introverts. You won't find us everywhere, but when we come, you're going to feel us before you hear us or see us. We dwell in a world that's unknown to the normal people. Even the spiritual people don't really know the depths of their own spirituality. That's what we do. We go down to the depths. We go down to the forbidden path, the uncharted lane. We go travel that. We go traverse that to see things that's not seen in plain sight. I mean, we go the deepest. That's just what we do. We've been doing this shit since birth. I mean, in conversations, we go the deepest. In situations, we look the deepest. We see into things that people don't see. We like, do you see that? And either they don't see that shit, or we got to explain to them what we see, and then, oh, they might see that shit. But 9 times out of 10, they're not going to see that shit, so we alone in our own little world. We look so deep that we miss the obvious shit. You feel me? Because, like, say, like, a person, like, inside the world, and they looking deep into a sport. We don't look that deep into sport. We finna look into what's behind the sport, on who is the betters that's betting on sports and why they betting on sports, and the numbers and the clues that's going on that they show on the screen, the Super Bowl commercials, why they doing it this year, you feel me? Who played in the halftime field? That's what we're looking at. We're not looking at, oh, the Broncos beat the bears. We not looking at that shit. So it's hard for us to have a normal conversation with normal NPCs when we're looking past that shit. Like, yeah, we synced who played, but we don't give a fuck who won, nigga. Because it doesn't matter. It's a script being played out like your fucking life. Like every single thing, you're abiding by a script. You wrote the script to your own life. You feel me? You knew exactly what you was finna do before you came down here. You knew it already. So you wrote the script. You feel me? So no, I don't like talking to normal people about normal shit because I'm not a normal person. I'm mystical. Be powerful. I love y'all.
So all of y'all who are intuitive and love learning, read this. I'm telling y'all, go and download this. Download this, y'all. It is free. It's a whole PDF version of it. Download this book. It is well worth the read. This ain't even about who right, who wrong, and who better or who not. This is just about truth. Like, this is literally all it's about, just truth. Because the lie has been taking place for so long that people really have this lie embedded in their minds, and that lie gives them the feeling to where they feel like they're better than somebody else. So in order to just eliminate that, we got to tell the truth about things. We really do. I swear, I wish I could make videos where I just read the whole book, but I'm just going to read just something out loud, just a couple of it. Most of the people reading this book will be from the parts of the world dominated by Judaism, Christianism, and Mohammedanism. So I should take those as the main examples and show how they were copied from the true Egyptian stories and how the manipulation of these stories has produced the most powerful form of mass mind control. Yet they invented myths, fables, tales, fake stories, history, not our story, and the legends which they call the truth. And that same light has blinded you as religion. This conspire plot is taking place daily in your life without your knowledge, which is governed and controlled by the Illuminati, the Luciferians, who are in control of the world using the spell binding tool called religion or religions. Religions. You are possessed. That is what religion is. Mark chapter 5 verse 9. Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit. And he asked him, what is thy name? And he answered, saying, my name is Legion, for we are many, who control your thoughts, your emotions, your thinking patterns. So that's what it is. All these different religions, all these different things, it creates different demons. It creates different, all separate aspects of thinking that's controlling you and controlling your thoughts instead of you controlling your thoughts yourself. Everything you think about is based on, the philosophies of those religions. So you don't even think for yourself. You let the religion or the religions think for you. And that's exactly why a lot of people be so brainwashed. You know what I mean? We all have been brainwashed. I can't sit up here and say, oh, I've never been brainwashed before. Like, what? I am in the whole process of reconditioning myself, re-educating myself, because I know how much I've been lied to. I know how much we all been lied to. There's one thing I can say about the truth. The truth don't give a damn about your feelings at all.
So what's happening right now is Earth is becoming more spiritual than it is physical. And that's what got everybody shook right now. So we can all agree on Earth, this 3D realm we was in, whatever I say was, because we are shifting currently from the 3D to the 4 and the 5, right? 5 is where we're getting to. We're working to that, right? So we're probably in the middle of like 4. Some people still in 3. Some people already went up and they in different dimensions. We just waiting on the rest of the realm to catch up type shit, right? But, collectively we're all ascending. But I say all that to say, before this shift and everything was happening energetically, it's always been physical. We've been programmed and conditioned to believe that the only things that are most important are money, fame, materialistic, such as like your clothes, your shoes, your house, your cars, your, occupation, whatever you do for a living, how much money you make, who you know, where you've been, if you've traveled, this and that, whatever. That's what that's what's been glorified. That's what everybody's been kind of chasing. That's what everybody's kind of been just more focused on. Like it's a rat race. Everybody's just trying to get to the top and we don't even know what the fuck the top is, right? But everybody's just been so distracted from spirituality. Everybody been so distracted from their spirits and their souls and having to do inner work and heal and go within and all this. It's been so distracted with everything, all these systems and all these, all this programming, conditioning and indoctrination and all this shit that's going on that we're just like flooded with and we feel forced to do and, being slaves to this damn system for so long. That's been what Earth has all been about, You work and you die. You make the living that you can make. You create the best living that you can for you and your family while you're here. And then you're gone, and it's been just reincarnation, because people haven't been setting themselves free, because people haven't been healing, people haven't been turning into light, people haven't been evolving, people haven't been setting themselves free from this reincarnation, people haven't been thinking deep enough, or their consciousness hasn't been evolved enough, they've been too close-minded, so they're staying stuck in a physical realm, which is manifested into hell, basically, after so long of doing this, right? So now that we are in a shift, and that's what this shift really means, is that things are shifting from physical to spiritual. And a lot of people ain't gonna know what the fuck to do. There's a lot of people don't know what to do, and that's why you are probably witnessing a lot of people, maybe even yourself, crashing the fuck out right now because you don't understand why you feel how you feel. And what's triggering how you feel is the fact that we all have this self-awareness now. Some of us more than others, but we all have it to a certain extent now, due to Mother Earth and Mother Nature having to intervene and wake all of our asses up for those who didn't do the work to wake themselves up. So that's what that solar eclipse was bringing as well. There's a whole bunch of self-awareness and stuff like that. So judgment is what's happening right now. And y'all was thinking, and they had us under the impression that we get judged, right, by God or by Jesus or whatever it is that you believe in after you pass away, after you die, and then you have to go up there and you have to get judged, and then that's how you see if you make it to heaven or make it to hell. Well, that's not the truth at all. The truth of the reality is judgment is happening now, and you are going to judge yourself. And that's what's happening with a lot of people right now, is you're judging the fuck out of yourself. And if you have a guilty conscience and you know that you've been sinning, and we all sin, but you know that you've been being a bad person intentionally, your intentions are not pure, and you know that you have fucked up intentions, you know you're a shiesty person, you know that you've been trying to finesse people, you know that you've been trying to just be selfish and not care about other people in the world, but only care about yourself and where you're going and stuff like that. If you have a guilty conscience, that means that you probably do have a good heart, but you ain't been moving in that good heart. You ain't been letting that good heart get shown. Now, if you don't have a guilty conscience, that probably means that your heart is blocked. You ain't got that good of a heart. Your heart's not that pure, but if you have a guilty conscience, that means that you know better. You know that you should be doing better. You feel in your heart as though you want to be a better person. You desire to be a better person. You might not know how to get there and what steps to take because you've been ignoring all that for so long, and you've been neglecting your spirituality and your spiritual health and your soul and all that stuff for so long. So, yeah, but regardless, you're judging yourself right now. Everybody's judging themselves right now, So keep that in mind. That's what's happening right now. So if you see a lot of people crashing out, a lot of people judging, a lot of people run into alcohol, a lot of people run into escapism. That's what's going on. They're trying to escape that guilty conscience that they got up there, because they ain't ready to do the work, or they haven't been doing the work. And a lot of people been like talking shit about people who are spiritual, talking shit about people who are woke, and even getting annoyed with these people because you just don't understand or resonate with where they're coming from, right? And that's okay, because us spiritual people that y'all be talking about, right? And this ain't to cast judgment, this is just an observation, right? But y'all be saying all this stuff, but we are the ones that are blissful right now. We're the ones that's experiencing our heaven already. We're the ones that's happy. We're already set ourselves free. We already had a head start. Why? Because we chose to do the work on ourselves, right? We chose to heal even before the shift has manifested to the intensity that it is now. So a lot of us already got head starts. That's why you see a lot of people really happy right now, really living in bliss, really got a lot of good things going for them. And you might be wondering like, damn, why I'm not having that energy? Why is my life so chaotic? Why is my life this or that in turmoil and this and that? Healing. Y'all been neglecting healing. A lot of people have been neglecting healing in life because we haven't been taught those resources or those tools. And a lot of our parents haven't been taught that. And their parents haven't been taught. It's generational curses. But that's what's happening right now is a lot of these generational curses are getting broken. You got a lot of ancient souls. You got a lot of ancestors. You got a lot of angels. You got a lot of light workers who are here doing that work. That's what we're doing this all for. It's to cure and purify our bloodline for future generations to come. Okay, my child won't have to worry about not knowing how to heal. 10 on the clock as I'm saying this though. The shift is still manifesting, everybody. So don't feel like it's too late. But if you only you know where you are at. okay, and where you need to be and where you desire to be. So it's on you to do that work. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of resources out there. There's plenty of people like myself who are putting information out like this. Take heed to the information. Take what resonates for you. Discover, do your own self-analyzation, whatever the case may be. I manifest that you all have a happy healing, happy ascending. None of us are completely healed, so please don't get the wrong interpretation or impression. I still have healing to do. You still have healing to do. Your mama got healing to do. Your uncle, your cousin, your daddy, everybody in the world has healing to do. This is the point I'm trying to make. So nobody is holier than thou. I know y'all like to use that term. But we all are judging ourselves. So please don't think that you can be whoever you want to be in this world. And as long as you believe in some higher power, you'll be okay. It's not how it's going to go. It's happening right here, right now. So, yeah. Peace, love, light.